Alright, hey, I'm Blake, Zamboni driver. I'm gonna show you how the machine works. Alright, so right here is the main component of making ice. It's the conditioner. So the Zamboni drags behind. It's in charge of laying the water, cutting the ice. So underneath these plates here, we have a system of augers. There's 2 augers. One I'm showing you right now is covered in snow. This is the horizontal arc auger. But the auger pushes all that snow into the middle, and then right there, you can't see it too well, that's a vertical auger. That takes all that packed up snow and shoots it into the bucket up there. It's just propped right now. We got this bar right here. This is where hot water shoots out. It's controlled by this valve right here. That hot water melts the ice instantly and leaves that glossy finish on the top surface. There's another water. You can't quite see it. It goes off in front of the blade. Kind of lubricates the blade, fills in the cracks in the ice before the blade goes over it. Just makes the ice look a little bit smoother. You got right here, it's another important part, is the plunger. Sometimes when all that snow gets packed up, it freezes and gets stuck inside the augers. You gotta just make sure you give it a good bounce there, and it'll break all the snow up and keep everything flowing into the bucket. This Zamboni in particular runs on propane. Some will run on natural gas. Some are electric. Those are expensive. Yeah, this is the bare, what most rinks use here. Here's your blade adjustment. This will control how much you're cutting on the ice. You know, clockwise to turn it down, cut more. Counterclockwise to raise the blade, cut less. And right here is a towel, lays the water smoothly instead of just shooting on the ice. All right, here's the hot water tank. This is where hot water is stored. This is the main component to laying ice out there is the hot water, because it does melt it, make it smooth and safe for people to skate on. Up here we have cold water, which is the one that shoots out in front of the blade. The reason this tank is smaller than this one is it has a pump which recycles the water. There's actually a squeegee right behind the blade, which will keep all this wash water in front of everything that's happening. In front of the squeegee, and behind the squeegee is hot water. But yep, a water pump right here will cycle it, and that way you don't run out of cold water as fast. And yeah, if you look at these tires, you can see there's metal studs in them. This is what makes it easy to turn out there. If there wasn't those metal studs, you'd be slipping and drifting in every turn. Very important, very overlooked part of the Zambonis. All right, so first part, or important part of prepping, it's your hot water. The hotter the water, the better. The hotter it is, the more it's going to melt, the smoother it's going to make your ice. As I'm pouring water all over my audio cable. Right here is where you put in the hot water. Usually takes about 3 or 4 minutes to fill it from when it's empty. Cold water goes in on the top, where I showed you the tank earlier. And after most cuts, usually after 1 or 2 cuts, you want to wash out your augers. Make it so they don't freeze up. So if they do freeze up, you have to come out of your cut, wash them off, and put your rinks behind, put the ice rink behind. People get upset when they have to start their hockey game 10 minutes late. So there's a hole up on top of this tank. You just put the hose on in and let her fill up until it starts overflowing. All right. Well, right now the ice is pretty chewed up. The USA U17 development team just got done with the practice. It took about 2 hours, so they had their way with the ice. So I'm gonna cut a lot and drive really slow and lay as much water as I can. Try to make this ice safe with 1 cut. So I'll raise the RPMs, first thing I do. Next I'll lower my conditioner with this valve. Lower my conditioner, then right when it's on the ice flush, I'll turn the augers on. I'll adjust my blade, and then I'll turn my water on. Water pump, board brush, in that order, and I'll be off. Hopefully that's good. Gonna let that wash water cycle through before I turn on the pump. You go slow, wash the pump on. We are off. sure the assembling looks all right. Looks good. Right now I'm trying to stay about 3 inches from the boards. Make sure the board brush picks up all the snow and the crack in the edge of the rink here. The whole time I'm going to try to maintain about the same speed. Board brush off. Going low water in the corners and full water down the straightaways. Trying to make the rink level.